Hey warriors, welcome back to the channel. You know that feeling when you're about to speak up, your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty, and suddenly your mouth goes dry. That moment when you have something important to say, but your brain screams, "No, stay quiet. Don't embarrass yourself." Yeah, that's not you being careful. That's your weak identity choking you. I was that person for years. I would sit in rooms full of people watching others take up space, watching them speak with ease, watching them get what they wanted. And I would wonder what was wrong with me. Why couldn't I be like them? Then I discovered something that changed everything. Something a man named Niccolò Machiavelli wrote over 500 years ago. And it hit me. My problem was never lack of confidence. My problem was a weak identity that was installed in me like malware, like a virus running in the background, eating my potential without me even knowing. Think about your childhood for a second. What did they teach you? Be nice. Be quiet. Don't. Be selfish. Don't make waves. Wait your turn. Don't ask for too much. Be humble. Be small. Your parents meant well. Your teachers meant well, but they took a wild, fearless child and turned you into someone who asks permission for everything. Someone who waits to be picked. Someone who shrinks so others can feel comfortable. And now look at you. You stay quiet when you should speak. You say yes when your gut screams no. You make yourself smaller so the room doesn't notice you. That's not
personality.
That's programming. Bad programming. Here's what Machiavelli understood that most people still don't get. The world doesn't reward the meek.
It uses them.
It steps over them. It forgets their names before they leave the room. But programming can be deleted. Viruses can be removed. And that weak identity, it can be killed and replaced with something powerful. In this video, I break down 8 psychological brain hacks inspired by Machiavelli. These aren't just tips, they are brain edits. Stick with me till the end, because by the time this video is over, you'll have a complete blueprint to become someone your current self wouldn't recognize. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I delete the virus. Before we dive into the tactics, let me explain something that most people never understand about identity. Your identity is not who you are. It's not fixed. It's not in your blood. Your identity is simply a collection of stories you've told yourself so many times that you forgot they were just stories.
I am shy.
That's a story. I'm not smart enough. That's a story. I'm not the type who speaks up. That's a story. I'm just not confident. That's a story. You've been repeating these stories for years, maybe decades, and now they feel like truth. But they're not truth. They're just old scripts running on autopilot. A weak identity sounds like I need people to like me. I can't handle pressure.
I'm
not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not good enough. A powerful identity sounds like I decide my worth. I act before I'm ready. I learn by doing. My opinion of me is the only one that counts. Same person, same brain, different story, different life. Here's the Machiavellian twist. Stop worrying about being good or bad. Those labels keep you stuck. The only question that matters is, are you effective? Do your actions get results? Does your presence command respect? That's what we're building today. Let's begin. Number 1, kill the nice slave identity. Let's talk about the word nice. Everyone wants to be nice. He's so nice. She's such a nice person. People wear it like a medal. But let me tell you what nice really means for most people. Nice means you're terrified of making anyone uncomfortable. Nice means you put everyone's needs before your own. Nice means you've been trained to believe that saying no makes you a bad person. That's not nice. That's being a doormat with a smile. A close-up of a young adult sitting in a crowded room, heart racing, palms sweaty, staring at others who speak confidently. Soft lighting highlights their tense jaw and nervous eyes. Background figures appear bold and relaxed, while the main character seems small and faded, symbolizing a weak identity taking over. Cinematic, dramatic mood. I saying yes because I want to, or because I'm scared of 2 seconds of awkwardness. If the answer is fear, you know what to do. Let me give you an example. Someone asks you to help them with something this weekend. You had plans. You were going to rest, recharge, Work on yourself, but they asked. And now you feel that pull to say yes. Old programming. Say yes. Cancel your plans. Feel resentful the whole time. End up drained for days. New programming. I can't do that this weekend. Maybe another time.
Notice something. You
Didn't explain yourself. You didn't apologize. You didn't negotiate. You just stated your answer and moved on. Your new code. I am not nice. I am fair and strategic. Fair means you treat people with respect. Strategic means you protect what matters to you. Start small. Instead of automatic yes, say, let me think about it. Feel the discomfort. Survive it. Do it again tomorrow. Every time you protect your boundary, you're building a new identity. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. Fair, not foolish. Number 2, reprogram your inner voice. There's a voice in your head that never shuts up. And for most people, that voice is their worst enemy. It sounds like this. You're going to mess up. Everyone will laugh. Who do you think you are? You're not ready. You're not enough. That voice isn't protecting you. It's keeping you small. It's the old programming fighting to stay alive. Machiavelli once said, where the willingness is great, the difficulties
cannot be great.
When your inner voice is weak, every difficulty looks like a mountain. When your inner voice is strong, mountains look like speed bumps. Here's how you reprogram it. Your weak inner voice speaks in feelings. I feel scared. I feel like a failure. I feel like everyone is watching. Your strong inner voice speaks in commands. Assess, calculate, execute, learn. When your brain says, I'm scared to try this. Don't argue with the feeling. Translate it. Start with step 1.
Do it now.
Evaluate after. When your brain says, everyone will judge me, translate it. Their judgment changes nothing about my life. Proceed. The formula feeling, command, action. Here's a practical exercise. For the next 7 days, every time you catch yourself thinking, I feel, immediately follow it with, so, I will. I feel nervous about starting this project. So I will open the document and write the first sentence right now. I feel scared to put myself out there. So I will take one small, visible action today. You're training your brain to connect emotion with motion. Feelings stop being stop signs. They become fuel. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Feelings fuel action. Number 3, use strategic masks. Here's something weak people never understand. You don't have to be the same person in every situation. They say things like, this is just who I am. Or, I'm just being real. They use authenticity as an excuse to never adapt, never grow, never become more. Machiavelli once said, everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Powerful people throughout history understood that different situations required different versions of you. The warrior doesn't fight the same way he plays with his children. The merchant doesn't negotiate the same way he laughs with friends. Here's the framework. Develop 3 mental modes you can switch between consciously. Mode 1, the calculator. Use this when making decisions, handling money, or evaluating opportunities. Strip away emotion. Look at facts. Ask, what am I trying to achieve here? No attachment to being right. Only attachment to results. Mode 2, the stone. Use this when someone tries to provoke you, insult you, or drag you into chaos. Nothing gets in. You observe their behavior like a scientist watching an experiment. Your calm becomes your power. Their attacks bounce off like rain on a rock. Mode 3, the watcher. Use this when you're in unfamiliar territory. New place, new people, new situation. You speak 20%, observe 80%. You're gathering information. Who knows what? What are the unspoken rules? What opportunities exist? The watcher learns before acting. Before any important situation, consciously pick your mode. Say it in your mind. This requires the calculator. Or this requires the stone. This destroys the lie that you're stuck being one way forever. You're not just shy. You're not just emotional. You're not just awkward. Those were default modes. You never knew you could change. Now you choose. Choice is power. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose my mode. Number 4, destroy your need for approval. You need people to approve of you. You need them to nod, to smile, to say you're doing great. You need validation from everyone everywhere, all the time. This need makes you predictable, controllable, weak. Machiavelli once said, "He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command." You can't command your own life when you're constantly looking for permission from others. You can't move with power when you need applause after every step. Here's the detox. Every day for 30 days, do one small thing that might get a strange look. Not anything crazy, just small acts of independence. Order something different at a restaurant without explaining why. Wear something slightly outside your usual style. Share an opinion without apologizing for it. Leave a place when you want to leave, not when everyone else does. Each small act teaches your nervous system something important. Disapproval is not death. A weird look doesn't kill you. Someone disagreeing with you doesn't end your world. Your new operating system. Opinions are information, not instructions. You can hear what people think. You can consider it, but you're not required to obey it. You're not required to adjust yourself every time someone raises an eyebrow. The person who needs no approval cannot be manipulated. They can't be controlled through social pressure. They can't be kept in line through fear of what others might think. That's who you're becoming. I wanted to drop this affirmation in the comments. Approval not required. Number 5, make fear your compass. Fear is the great divider. It separates those who act from those who wish, those who grow from those who stay stuck. Right now, your brain treats fear as a stop sign. Fear shows up and you slam the brakes. You retreat. You find reasons to wait. But here's what you're missing. In modern life, fear is almost never about survival. It's about ego. It's about looking bad. It's about the possibility that something might not go perfectly. Machiavelli once said, "Never was anything great achieved without danger." Every great thing requires risk. Every risk triggers fear. If you run from fear, you run from greatness. Here's the reframe. Fear is not a warning. Fear is a compass pointing at your growth. What scares you right now? Public speaking. That fear is pointing at influence. Starting something new. That fear is pointing at freedom. Putting your work out there. That fear is pointing at impact. Fear marks the edge of who you are. Most people spend their whole lives staying away from that edge. You're going to run toward it.
Practical technique.
When fear shows up, don't try to talk yourself out of it. Don't wait until you feel brave. Instead, say this. Fear means I'm at my edge. Growth is here. I move now. Then count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and act before. Your brain can manufacture excuses. Create this rule. If an action isn't going to physically hurt me, and the only thing stopping me is fear of looking bad, I must do it within 24 hours. Follow this rule for 6 months. You won't recognize yourself. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. Fear points the way. Number 6, separate your identity from results. Here's the trap that freezes ambitious people. They've tied their self-worth to outcomes. If I try and win, I'm worthy. If I try and lose, I'm worthless. So they don't try. They wait. They prepare forever. They research endlessly because trying and failing feels like it would destroy them. This is madness. Machiavelli once said, "All courses of action are risky." So prudence is not in avoiding danger, but calculating risk and acting decisively. Every action has uncertainty. Every attempt might not work. If you need guaranteed success before you move, you'll be stuck forever. Here's the identity shift. Stop measuring yourself by what happens. Start measuring yourself by what you do. Old identity. I am successful if I win. I am a failure if I lose. New identity. I am someone who takes action. Results are data, not judgments. Before any big action, install this thought. Whatever happens, I win because I moved while others froze. I learned what they'll never learn. I grew in ways they'll never grow. When everyone else is playing Don't Look Stupid, you're playing Gather Experience as fast as possible.
When
Everyone else is waiting for perfect conditions. You're playing learn faster by doing more. The person who takes 100 imperfect actions will always beat the person who takes 10 perfect ones. Weekly exercise. At the start of each week, identify 3 things you've been avoiding because you're unsure they'll work. Do all 3 before the week ends. Track only whether you did them, not whether they worked. Build your identity on action, not outcomes. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I measure. Action, not results. Number 7. Build confidence with evidence. Here's why most self-help fails. It asks you to believe things without proof. Believe in yourself based on what? You're confident. My track record says otherwise. Think positive. My brain knows when I'm lying. Real confidence isn't built on wishes. It's built on evidence. Your brain is a judge that demands proof before changing its verdict. Machiavelli once said, "Men judge by the eye rather than by the hand." Your brain judges you by what it sees you do, not by what it hears you say. If you avoid hard things, your brain concludes you can't handle hard things. No affirmation changes that. Here's how to flip the script. Generate evidence deliberately. Create an evidence log. Every night, write down 3 specific moments from the day where you acted despite resistance. I started the project instead of researching more. I spoke up when I felt like staying quiet. I did the workout when I didn't feel like it. I pushed through discomfort instead of quitting. Small entries every day, without fail. After 30 days, you have 90 pieces of proof that you're someone who acts when it's hard. After 90 days, you have 270 pieces. This evidence is undeniable. When your old weak identity tries to whisper, "You can't handle this," you point at the log. Actually, here's 270 examples proving you wrong. Your brain can't argue with receipts. It has to update its model of who you are. This is confidence engineering. You're not hoping to feel confident. You're manufacturing the proof that forces confidence to emerge. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I collect proof daily. Number 8. Install the threat mindset. Everything we've discussed builds to this final piece. This is the crown on top. Most people go through life in defense mode. They enter rooms hoping nothing bad happens. They walk into situations hoping to survive them. They live hoping the world will go easy on them. This is prey mentality. And the world can sense it. Machiavelli once said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." This isn't about making people afraid of you. It's about understanding that in every situation, there's a frame. Either you set that frame, or someone else does. Either you're the one with options, or you're the one hoping for scraps. The shift. Stop being someone who hopes things go well. Become someone that others have to take seriously. Here's the internal code. To install before any important situation. Think this. I am not here hoping to be accepted. I am here evaluating whether this deserves my time. They should be trying to impress me. You don't say this out loud. You don't act arrogant. You just hold this frame internally. It changes everything about how you carry yourself. Because here's the truth. Nobody told you. You are valuable. Your time is limited. Your attention is precious. Your energy is finite. Anyone who gets access to you is getting something worth having. Most people have never thought about themselves this way. They feel grateful for any opportunity, relieved by any acceptance, desperate for any approval. That mindset is over. When you walk into any situation, you're not begging. You're not hoping. You're evaluating whether this is worth your presence. This internal frame transforms your external presence. Your posture shifts. Your eye contact holds. Your voice carries weight. People feel it before you say a word. You don't announce this power. You radiate it. I wanted to drop this affirmation in the comments. I am the asset. If you watch this whole video, felt pumped, and then go back to your old patterns tomorrow, this was just entertainment, another video consumed, another hour spent. Nothing changed. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to transform you. So, here's your mission.
Non negoziabile.
In the next 24 hours, pick one thing from this video and do it.
Not think about it. Do it.
Say no to something you would normally say yes to. Translate one fear thought into a command and execute it. Pick a mode before your next important moment. Do one small thing without worrying about others' opinions. Take one action you've been postponing. Start your evidence log tonight with 3 entries. Walk into your next room carrying the threat mindset. 1 action. 24 hours. The shift. Stop being someone who hopes things go well. Become someone that others have to take seriously. Here's the internal code. To install before any important situation. Think this. I am not here hoping to be accepted. I am here evaluating whether this deserves my time. They should be trying to impress me. You don't say this out loud. You don't act arrogant. You just hold this frame internally. It changes everything about how you carry yourself. Because here's the truth. Nobody told you. You are valuable. Your time is limited. Your attention is precious. Your energy is finite. Anyone who gets access to you is getting something worth having. Most people have never thought about themselves this way. They feel grateful for any opportunity, relieved by any acceptance, desperate for any approval. That mindset is over. When you walk into any situation, you're not begging. You're not hoping. You're evaluating whether this is worth your presence. This internal frame transforms your external presence. Your posture shifts. Your eye contact holds. Your voice carries weight. People feel it before you say a word. You don't announce this.
Power.
You radiate it. I wanted to drop this affirmation in the comments. I am the asset. If you watch this whole video, felt pumped, and then go back to your old patterns tomorrow, this was just entertainment, another video consumed, another hour spent. Nothing changed. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to transform you. So, here's your mission.
Non negoziabile.
In the next 24 hours, pick one thing from this video and do it.
Not think about it. Do it.
Say no to something you would normally say yes to. Translate one fear thought into a command and execute it. Pick a mode before your next important moment. Do one small thing without worrying about others' opinions. Take one action you've been postponing. Start your evidence log tonight with 3 entries. Walk into your next room carrying the threat mindset. 1 action. 24 hours.